for your boys?
I actually do. I think there's a real chance for an upset here. Now, that's not predicated on the fact that I think Vitality are going to be slouches. I think Renegades on a map like Overpass have a pretty decent chance.
Got a power level to it. Okay.
Especially getting to start on this CT side here. 1x bet odds at the top of the screen favoring Vitality as Malta takes a couple of pot shots there as crossing towards Party. 3 of the members of this Vitality squad quickly over towards Long. They scamper. They're getting a lot of map control here quickly. So
Malta's going to hear this.
Yeah, well, he's under pressure now as well. They're coming through the bathrooms, through the upper section. Lots of pressure over towards A. There is the P250 with the smoke and the flash on Apex. That's the utility that's being rocked here from Vitality. And now they have the control they want. They're heading back down towards
It's around the world.
This is being heard. Hats is going to hear this through Connected. They're noisy.
A very powerful position. If Sicko takes first contact, Hats is going to be set up for success. But it is all just smoke and mirrors at this point. Vitality just sticking together as a pack, power in numbers. Shox has kind of cancelled his, what was just a B lurk, looking to catch any CT aggression there.
Inz is coming over now as well, and Shox has rotated back, so this is just going to be an A hit right now. Renegades don't have enough players on the site.
Malta, he might be that first contact. Nothing spotted, but a lot of pressure about to show. Good shot. Takes down Kyojin, smokes are in, and he's just pulled the plug. He wants to play for the retake. Oh, a chance from ZywOo. He upgrades to the USP and will not make that same mistake again. Bomb going down. Hats has a chance here. Head off of Apex. 3-on-3 for this retake. There is still a kit in place somewhere. I think it's on Inz, and oh, damn, ZywOo's making that USP sing. misutaaa locked in on Long. 2 advancing, the 2 remaining from the Australian squad. Another body dropped. It's all onto Sicko. Look at that open plant. He's got very little opportunity. Vitality will take the pistol, starting as they mean to go on.
Yeah, good stuff right there. And it's great to see ZywOo kicking off with some big frags. misutaaa as well. We know that he's been starting to grow on us, or at least grow into his shoes in Vitality, right? When he first joined, we're going back to when the online era kicked off. This kid picked up, you know, what did he have? He had a couple of highlights on YouTube from FPL or something along those lines. And now here he is, being one of the star players of this Vitality roster.
You don't get much of a chance, do you, to shoot back at ZywOo? That's a solid start. Good to see ZywOo on LAN as well.
He was the MVP of ESL1 Cologne back in 2019 when it was on LAN.
True.
So let's see what he can do here.
Yeah, I've seen that footage of Apex just like in disbelief as he shares the stage with ZywOo. We'll see if we get more of that action. IEM Cologne 2021. Mad, really. January of 2020, we got to see Renegades on that LAN.
Leipzig, I think it was.
Right. Deagles and armor, though. Full investment, of course, looking to return the favor.
He's going to get a rude shock here, Alex. He saw one head. They're already passed. This is going to get awkward.
And they're already closing the gap. A good chance, though. Sicko's caught the tail of the snake. And now if Inz can play around this smoke, a little damage. It's not enough. They have full control of the site. But 2 members of the CT forces are coming in from Long.
They're getting flanked by Shox.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to beat them there. They are slowing down. Their chance hinges
around the corner.
Yeah, this is the end of that. Hello, boys, and goodbye, Sicko. Second chance, not so easy. There it is. The Galil's not best at range. Consolation frag. He'll take one.
This one's fallen pretty flat here in the force buy for Renegades. There was that moment. Shox's flank on the flank was, well, the deal stealer as Apex rips off the header Malta right there. And cruisy stuff here for Vitality. Now, are going to come into a couple of dramas when we get towards that first gun round for AWPs. Renegades, they've changed things up in recent times. For the longest period, it was Sicko being the primary AWPer. I do believe that aliStair has taken over that duty, Sicko doing the secondary. And obviously, Dexter, who's playing for Mouse Sports, you guys would have just seen if you were watching the B stream, took down Bad News Bears. He was the in-game leader and, I would argue, the star player of Renegades once upon a time. So they lost a lot when Dexter made that trip, left his family back in Australia, said goodbye. And now I think Inz is doing the in-game leadership job. So lots of moving and shaking for Renegades. They even have a new coach. Mitha was the coach when Dexter was back there. Now Mitha's the coach of Mouse Sports. Kingfisher is the gentleman standing behind the Renegades, and Xtaz on the other side of things here for Vitality. Now again, I'll make the point, in case you missed it, coaches, when we've been in the online era, have been in the server. Other than the RMR events, where it's a no, but everyone else, they've been in the server. Now, you're standing behind your troops, right? You're having to see the emotions. You can try and adjust and help. And I think we have a little bit of a technical timeout here. You can see Malta just receiving a little bit of assistance down the end there. Hopefully this one won't drag on too long, but it should be that full eco from Renegades here.
This is going to be super telling as well. I don't want to be too dramatic about it, but I do think when it's this opening best of one with so much weight on it, and it's so much anticipation about your first game, you know, your first rounds, the maps, everything's coming into fruition. starting and being able to stop, you know, a Vitality run off the break here is going to be so instrumental. Like, Renegades cannot afford to be staring down a 0-7 and they like suddenly like stop blacking out and realize they're halfway through the first half.
It goes so quick, right? Like, look, obviously I'm reaching at this point. When did I retire? What was it, 2016? So we're going back in our time machine right now. But even then, when you're coming up into these matchups, this would have been my boys going up against Kenny S, and Kenny S just decimating us, right? Now, in this, Renegades are much more refined than we ever were, but the game can still just be gone. CT side of Overpass, right? They're going to see a full eco right here. So we're looking at 3-0, right? Realistically. First gun round goes, okay, now we're staring down the barrel of 5-0, right? And then the next gun round, maybe some saves. They're not getting any frags. The game, the half, it's almost feeling over at that point.
Yeah.
It's all right. There's teething issues everywhere, Alex. We're getting used to our environment. You are wrapped in your chair. This is, you need to get, yes, all righty. Oh, that's a clutch maneuver right there.
Was an absolute shambles.
Oh, dearie me. It's all good. We didn't break anything yet.
We're used to, I mean, we've lived in a kind of a little caster box.
Yes.
That little room in Cologne where we've
It was our home.
exclusively lived, really. It's quite exciting to be getting on planes and seeing the boys in person as they do. I believe that's the friendship dance.
Oh, yes?
Yeah,
okay.
I've been working on that one for a while.
Surprised I didn't someone come in with a stick and tell them off right there.
Do not touch bat.
Well, there's also, during these technical timeouts, no conversation or communication of any variety is to be had, right? We're going back to all the old school rules as they were, right? So there's going to be a lot of relearning to be done.
True.
So there's all of that to keep in mind here. But I wonder how much control we have. Oh, look at ZywOo's keyboard. Is that...
It's very fancy.
It's very French.
Is there a French theme? I saw blue, I saw red, I saw white.
Yeah, that's the flag, right? I didn't mess that up.
You're on to that.
How's the keyboard cameraman?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we've definitely...
What's going on there?
Is that I'm going to sound like such a Neanderthal. Is that the correct order of the colors?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It's pretty.
It is. It's this nice looking keyboard right there.
Like, I mean, of all the people to get a custom jobby, I'm sure ZywOo doesn't have to. I think he probably just like wakes up and he's got 4 custom keyboards in his mailbox, you know?
Start off on speed dial, then to build it for him.
Yeah. Is your cable braided, mate? Let me braid your cable. Don't know why he's from East London, but that's not what James Bardolph sounds like, but much love to him all the same.
James has got some really quirky, like, I don't know, hobbies, collections.
Honestly, he is an individual that...
like no other.
Like no other, truly, but a very kind soul and someone that if he's interested in something, he doesn't care about anything. Anyone wants to say about it, he finds, you know, something to be, I don't want to use the word obsessed with, but he does, you know. It's like, oh, I fancy going to learn how to scuba dive. And then he's just, you know, in a World War II wreck, 60 meters down.
Loving his life.
Swimming with sharks. Not my thing. But fortunately, Counter-Strike is. And as we discussed, to get us back into the game, it was a 2-0 start. Vitality, a solid pistol. We saw them do the round the world. The flank from Shox put the second on the board.
I want to keep my eyes on Kyojin here. Now, I know it's early. I know it's only round number 3. But so far, he's the only player on his team not to have a kill. And he's the newest boy, right? So he's part of the anime weeb team, I'm calling him. Him, misutaaa, and ZywOo. They've all got very anime-esque names.
Sure.
Kyojin is the one here who hasn't been with the team for a very long time. So I want to see how he kind of settles in. We have this 4 grenades set up over towards this B site. ZywOo, he might cop a couple here to the dome. They're a bit deep right there, and ZywOo's ahead of them. Only gets chipped on down to 95. He's even going to get a couple frags. So, honky-dory as you like.
HE's looked promising. ZywOo's not really been deterred by that, which is a surprise. And now Apex bringing that long-range duel monster side backing away as the hunt comes in. It's only a USP. They shouldn't be able to voice too much more of their concerns.
Call the stack as well. They just need to get the bomb and get out of there. Oh, that was two. Keep on walking into the dungeon. ZywOo taking down another. Apex finds Sicko, and now it's just Malta.
He'd have loved to have taken that rifle away, but not to be. Galil recovered, ZywOo takes the frag, and that 3-0 is locked in.
Ooh. All right. Well, it does say paused again at the top of your screens, ladies and gents. So let's hope this one's a quicker one. We can keep talking about fun stuff.
Maybe they're freaking out because they've been playing in Australia for a whole year.
Yeah.
They're like, something's wrong. Like, my shots like instantly connect. Like, there's some sort of like, it's like almost 0 delay.
Yeah, that would probably be messing with your brain.
Freaking out. They're like, wait, I don't have to like aim at where he's going to be.
We've had a couple of players who have been happy to discuss the difference, right? Like, obviously online, when you're playing with higher latency, depending on the angles that you want to hold, like, there's certain positions that you're not going to get away with on online that you would on LAN, and vice versa.
Do you buy into the whole, you know, wide swinging meta, as in, like, in online it rewards more of those swings, and then LAN it's easy to punish, or am I making stuff up?
No, like, I think there's certain angles on LAN that if you were to just hold a line, you're going to just hit that shot, right?
Yes.
Whereas online, you're getting baited out with the jiggles or the wide swings that maybe somebody has 70
That's
ping,
when
right?
that delay makes a big difference.
Yeah, and look, I was a player who had to play with 70 ping a lot. It almost works in your favor sometimes with those wide swings. You almost feel like you have a shield, right? But you're also delayed in a lot of environments. So look, there's the pros and the cons, but I guess the biggest pro is the fact that now this is the reason everybody's so hyped, right? This is the purest form of competition. This is the level playing field. This is the moment where everybody has the exact same conditions, right? Yeah. There's no excuses at this point. So coming on in, there's the disparity, definitely so. Vitality are the heavy favorites in this one right here. But Renegades, like what we had with the LDLC discussion, there's an upset potential always in these best of ones, but they need to show up on the scoreboard. And so far, INS and aliStair get to frag. So I'm curious. I'm very curious to see, because when I watch games in Oz, it always feels like Hats is a mad fragger. But then, you know, he has a bit more splotchy games overseas. I would look towards, I think INS is like the real deal. Like, we know how Dexter's kind of...
Was that the kid that was talking about people thinking he cheated?
Yeah, when he was making that reference, I was like, did I ever play against it? I don't think so. I think at that point, we were probably already off on our little adventures.
But that's like, I mean, that's always been a badge of honor. Like, some of the very best players in Counter-Strike historically have always been the ones that people accuse.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, who is this person? It's impossible that he could be this good. Rops is an example. I remember JW was, you know, really unconvinced by his, like, who is this kid? This is impossible. And then...
You know what's funny about that is JW back in the day was accused of his team was accused of cheating by like Pasha and stuff.
True.
Back playing like a CPL mill game, and this is in like very, very early CSGO days, and I think that Pasha and co thought that they were cheating then, and then they went on to be the team to win the first major.
Went on to do the same thing to someone else. I mean, it's a vicious circle.
It's a cycle.
Yeah.
But look, we're really in a technical issue here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to mince words with you all. We're fixing some dramas. It is one of the Vitality players now who is not in the service, so we are missing one. Do we have any other talent that we want to talk about? Bardolph has so many things we could go into. We could talk about Anders and his Skybox.
I mean, fair play. I was just actually, you were flying around on Skybox earlier.
Yeah. I can bring it up now. Not for the people at home, but for us.
But just, I think it's incredible what Anders is and his team. I mean, it's not just it's not just him sitting
Anders
there
does it on his own.
On X8, like on a notepad. He's not just creating an entire product, but yeah, it's amazing what they've managed to create as a team. And it's like, I remember what it first looked like. Do you remember when they just saw like little alien men walking around in like a spaceship?
Yep.
And now it's a full-on replica of every map live.
It's so detailed now.
It's nuts. Really, really sick. And I hope you'll be seeing a lot more of it as this event continues. For those watching at home, I just think it's great for those contextual replays flying through the very same plays we've seen. It does look a little baffled. I don't love to see it. Apex just sending out a tweet just before they went live. He was talking about his excitement to be back, surrounded in that environment that, you know, that was where he cut his teeth. That was where he created his career on that LAN.
Shox was talking about that as well with the BYOC, right, with his dad and the PC and stuff. For the sources, look, I don't want to... Look, we're going back like 10 years now, but for the sources, they were doing it mainly in BYOC lands, right? Whereas the 1.6s were at the bigger events like the WCGs, the ESWCs, and they were less of the BYOC variety, right? But that old transition, I'm trying to remember some of the big source lands we had. There was like the Experience was one of them.
Tex, dude, they had... Was that where it was at? Tex, was it AEF? Did you have any source at AEF? Maybe that's Antwerp Esports Festival. I
was one of those who went to source because of the money. Because there was the 1.6 and source situation going on at the same time, and CGS picked up source. That's the Championship Gaming Series for all of you out there. That was back in 2007. So if you remember that, you're old. Welcome.
Yeah. Well, we had that realization when Linus was just, you know, he 18?
Yeah.
And we realized that this kid's like going to his first LAN, and then Shox just said, "Oh, my first LAN? Yeah, 15 years ago." It's like his first LAN is Linus was 3. Yeah. He's 3 years old. I don't know. Can you walk and talk at that age? I don't even know. Like, this kid barely could hold. He was definitely not holding a mouse and keyboard. And now he's, you know, on the same event as each other. This is the full circle. We were doing the same thing when Taz was still playing.
Yep.
You know, you compare Taz and Forrest, and you compare it with the new kids on the block, like Rez when he was first arriving on the scene. We had those head-to-heads. God, I remember that Epicenter game. That was nuts. Do you remember Epicenter? Was it Epicenter or was it?
That 2017?
Yeah. That was like NIP, VP was still there.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I'm going back in the
wow,
time
I just teleported over to that Ukraine hall.
And we were just talking about it before. The last time that we were at a LAN event, at least with the players there, was Katowice 2020, right?
Yes.
But that was a year and a half ago now, right? And then you were thinking, oh, when was the last time I casted a LAN event that was in an arena with spectators? That was in 2019 for you, right? That like, blink and you miss it. Like this time, it's been not fun, but
it's when we had Buckethead.
Yes, we had Buckethead. They loved Buckethead.
Oh, the crowd. And now, instead, they just spam weird champs in the chat. You know, like, it's not as fun.
Well, that's their version of Buckethead, I suppose.
So, no updates as to yet what's going on. It looks like the headsets are going back on with the players and some buys are being made.
You notice how Apex was like very inquisitive as to what was happening there. I was always like that because like as the in-game leader and I'm a bit of a sticky beat.
Desperate want to talk or?
No, it's like because you want to know what the problem is so you can fix it because you're like teammates down there and you're like, what's this bloody clown doing here? Let me get on there and fix it. No. You know, you want to know what's going on at all times. Now, let's just have a little bit of a look here. Apex is in the middle.
By the way, a little private mission of mine is to see how many people have fully embraced wireless gaming mice.
Okay.
I just saw a bungee on misutaaa.
There's one.
I've seen a bungee on misutaaa, but everyone else looks pretty wireless.
Inza's got one. Hats is on the wireless bad boy right there.
I want a hand warmer.
They're actually on this time. They're plugged in.
Yeah.
Normally, I think the players just unplug them and send them to one side. All right, here we go. Fist bumps are in.
Game time.
Action's back on, and guess what, ladies and gents? Might be the first gun round. Here we go.
Ooh, our first gunny. Now it's also a chance to see aliStair on the AWP.
Yeah, be curious here. I think Australia's always had a problem of having everybody who wants to be a secondary AWPer and not a primary. So let's take a look how aliStair wields this big boy.
Yam, Havoc, they all...
Nobody wanted to do it.
No one wants to do it. Let's see what the Vitality boys are cooking up to start us off here. First gun round of Overpass. Best of one, this is crucial. I mean, if you're an underdog such as Renegades, if you can catch Vitality now in the best of one, you save yourself so much legwork in that lower bracket. Best of threes against potentially some huge names after these BO1s conclude. Just the first round, don't stress. They're going for a boost. It was a bit loud, it certainly is now. ZywOo clunking his way around. They could go for the stack nades. No one's home.
So they're going to lob a couple in.
Might be towards like barrels as well. This could do a lot of damage to Hats and Malta. Bang! Ouch! 1 HP! misutaaa catching Sicko as well. They're down to like 3.1 players.
This is going to get really rough right now. Vitality can just play with them here. Leave Shocks parked over.
They could run into aliStair's AWP here, dude. Unless they go long. That's the issue, and that's where they're going. He's considered it.
Spot. Does he play retake? Does he play the site? He's sticking around for now, but he needs to hit a couple here. One's not good enough.
And I don't think there's any rush for Vitality. They just got so much map control. The pick on B, now chilling and setting up for this A take. aliStair. A lot of responsibility. That's a big find. The fact he hasn't been traded.
Still coming though.
Gap is being closed. He hasn't considered it. I don't think he spotted anything. One close. Can't hit the shot just past the hip. misutaaa evades the loss of vision, now swinging into the site. Inz has got way too much on his plate. Hats contributes. misutaaa with the pin in his hand. Damage onto ZywOo. It's Hats that's connecting in a very big way. And now Malta, the 1 HP warrior. He really would have to do something spectacular here. One bullet will do it. Any weapon, any time. 4-0. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Renegades still yet to break them.
Yeah, got a little bit dicey there, considering the start there from Vitality was fantastic. But they get it down, they get it done, and wow, they're keeping Renegades very, very quiet here. This was the double nades that came in as the opening. Down to 1 HP, and yeah, Sicko went down in the meantime. So they're getting a little bit curious towards Connector. That was the death of him, and this is a big one, right? You saw the shot from aliStair there, just a little bit off to the side, not where he wanted it. And misutaaa continuing good form. This is great to see him on LAN.
Bro, I don't know how I feel about Vitality having not only ZywOo performing well, not only misutaaa performing well, but then it seems like Kyojin may very well be up to the task as well. 0 frags for him so far, but the rest of his squad haven't required it just yet. Can't blame the guy for feeling a little out of his depth at this point.
Now, this is the hole that we're talking about with Renegades, right? Is the fact that now they're just back down to pistols. They didn't save a gun. You know, they don't have an AWP to work with or a saved M4 or something to keep things dicey. Right now, they're just gamble stacking 4 players over towards this A bomb site and just Hats towards B. So unless somebody is able to step up with a multi-frag, this is another round that should just simmer on out. And we were talking about it before. The reason this one might feel longer for the players than it actually is due to those tech timeouts. Otherwise, it's very likely here just to be 5-0. It's just clinical, walking on in, taking off heads. ZywOo with the trade. There you go. Bomb will go down any second right now. So no dramas whatsoever. ZywOo even wants some more. The guy's getting aggressive. Another head lopped on off. And that's the backup that's necessary. The utility holds them at bay, and there you are. No worries. The problem is, with starting CT side and winning knives on this, that's the stronger side. Same thing happened with Ancient for LDLC. It's like, we want to pick the stronger side, but if you get off to a slow start and you're being dictated, then you start feeling, because it is a best of one, oh my lord.
Jesus.
Well, that was quick. But yeah, you start feeling like maybe you have to take a risk or two, or do we do an aggressive play now? We're going to be 6 rounds of play. This is the second gun round. The first gun round, they didn't even get to play it normal. Sicko got picked and Malta got naded down to 1 HP. Right? So like they haven't even felt like they've had a chance to defend fairly at this point. Injet to frag, Kyojin the same.
I mean, this is
them on the board.
This is what you would typically expect, right? When you're looking at the play-ins, you're going to have those that look destined, you know, with the history and the capacity for full main event performance, and to test those in the main event. And Renegades the challenges, LDLC the challenges. I do think the best of ones is where you'd start to see, you know, that's where you'd start to see a potential underdog story manifest. Right now, LDLC, no. Renegades, no. But MIBR were really pushing the boundaries of team spirit. I didn't get to check in on
over
that.
There? Let's
what was the
conclusion? Let me bring that one up.
But yeah, there is a B stream and a C stream, by the way, if you are interested in checking out all of the games. If you've got 3 monitors or 3 eyes. They did?
22 to 18, only
Bloody
just.
Hell, okay.
Here with the big performance.
That was a comeback as well. 15-11 in favor of MIBR, so they couldn't quite throw that knockout below. Keep an eye on the South Americans now thrown to the lower bracket. ZywOo, 9 frags. aliStair, 1. But he does have his signature AWP. Oh, big chance. Hats has drawn more blood.
You like that, don't ya? Just through the smoke, easy as you like. Okay, we're going to peter out.
Can't miss this. And he doesn't. Nice. Takes the head off of ZywOo. Second weapon round for the Aussies, and already double opening.
Not a bad start on this one.
aliStair, careful now. He's in the open, and he loses his life trying to transition out towards long. They can't let this one slip.
Well, here's where the problems lie. Kyojin's going to keep pushing forward towards long and would have to clear out Sicko. If he gets past him, there's still ins on the side, but they are just continuing this walk over towards A.
Sicko cannot lose this duel. Way too much pressure on ins. Oh, and Sicko goes down as well. Kyojin's done all he needed to.
Oh, no.
Renegades double opening frag, and it's just been pulled from them. Kyojin's first frags of this game, and it's round winning.
It should be a save call right here. There's no way in the world that Hats and Malta should be looking into this one. They've lost the sight. They have a kit, sure. They have flashes to work with, but the post-plant situation's already being set up. The bomb's starting to tick on down. We're 3/4 of the way left.
Catastrophe.
Yeah, just hold on to these rifles, boys. That cannot happen. And you can see the intent right there. Flash aliStair out so he can escape. Well, he's gone down in transition. Sicko needs to be converting that kill. And then in steps on in. Thought he was still over towards the left side, top bathrooms. He gets destroyed as well. So that right there, 2 opening kills and another round lost. 6-0. That hole is getting deeper and deeper. Even get an AWP for ZywOo.
Like, I hate to say it, maybe a timeout after that one, boys.
Well, they just called one. It's like,
you're right, you're right.
Do we whack another one in? Or, you know, like that's going to be very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. It's not like it was they were rolled over by a pack. It's not like they were even rolled over by an executor. It was just Kyojin taking off heads.
And you know, Dan, like
hyping him up.
Apex is going to be saying a lot of words right now to Kyojin. He wants to get the juices flowing for his most recent addition to the team. So this was the catch. Hiding behind in the off angle. aliStair assumes it's clear, and Bob's your uncle. Doesn't even pull the trigger. This was a bit of a shame. Not even the headshot, just full body shot. Sicko knew he was coming, had the advantage, and the fact there's a third is just salt in the wound.
Yeah, he was noisy about it, right? That's
look
the
at
problem.
Vitality. They're throwing in the full boost. Anyone towards heaven will find out. ZywOo's going to be at the top of the totem. And he could catch perhaps a glimpse. Oh, that's nuts! Malta just on the jump for info and catches a bullet to the belly.
Just before the train came in as well there.
Oy.
So timer on that one, but Inns has a chance to get on the board. misutaaa looks ready.
Yeah, they are aware that there may be some risks taken. They full cancel. They're heading towards B. Makes sense. It's only up against the Deagles, but this flank could be quick, could be swift.
Well, Hats has got the AUG here. He needs a couple.
Oh, if he could. The flank would actually be so much more potent. He's actually just playing to survive as opposed to anything more. Now the heads come in. Nice find. Shox is his first victim. Hats nearly stabilized. It's only Sicko and aliStair, only Deagles. This one's going to peter out to a 7th. aliStair chance into the head of Apex. Yeah. Little sketchy, but it's an AK-47. No armor.
Max lost bonus, so the AK would be nice. It's not even essential at this point. He'd be out of by next round either way. Damage won't matter either. But he's actually having a look on in here, aliStair.
Element of surprise from misutaaa is just a little too much. There he goes. 7-0.
Oh, okay. Well, this is not going well at all, is it? This is fantastic for the French. It's great to see, right? When you think about the transition that happened back in Katowice 2020, that's when Alex said, see you later, boys, I'm out. Remember? He didn't want to travel a lot, and then COVID kicked off, and then he didn't have to travel at all. Look at this, just scanning around. ZywOo finds him. That was just before the train coming in. Inz is having a rough go of things here. It would be great for him to be able to get one on the board. And at the moment, this is just looking like another day at the office. Eyes on aliStair here. He's aggressive with the op. This is so risky.
I love it, though. This is trying to just keep his mojo flowing, right? He's trying to take an aggressive line. I don't think it's going to cost him. He's able to retreat now to that toilet line. Vitality's a bit slow and steady, but every round has had a different flavor. Like, Vitality are kind of flexing on the Renegades here. Yeah,
and they're not doing it with pace either. They're just kind of going through these defaults, allowing their players to warm on into this. And, well, it's going great. Here's ZywOo. It is the double AWP setup, and both holding A. So this could throw a spanner in the works. Run boost, miss shot. ZywOo has to fall all the way back towards the site now.
Yes, they're looking really well drilled, dude. It looks like Vitality have got a lot to prove here. Not just in this game, of course. I'm talking about IEM Cologne. I'd also put them as a team in the list of teams that perhaps I'd expect more from on LAN.
Just take a look at this. aliStair and ZywOo were watching the same position just there. So things are looking very, very clunky right now for Renegades. They're both looking like at divider. So it's odd scenes. And now they're both shy on the site. Gearing up for a B execute of Vitality. It's definitely B. 35 seconds.
That clock running down should give a slight advantage to this B defense. There's only two of them there, though.
Monster.
They're walking through. Oh, no, not both of them. Okay, Hats. He's got so much to do. Tucked in on the sandbags. They know where you are. Swinging through the site now from Pillar. ZywOo to support. Can't seem to find the angle. Hats a second. He's doing everything he can to help the Renegades post around. Bombs down. Man advantage for the CTs. That's short-lived. Nice find. Apex eventually deals with that short, and he's not quite done. aliStair returns the favor.
Inz needs to get something done here. Needs a kill.
He's taken the place of Hats. Coming in from short. Oh, and that's the end of aliStair. Just not ready for ZywOo as he posts his 11th. 11-2 for ZywOo.
There's no bite in this at all. This is not scary whatsoever from the Renegades. Look at that. misutaaa too easy. Just peeks on in. Head goes off. And 8-0. The half is won. You don't want to be saying a 16-0, but I know we have 8 more rounds necessary to make that one happen. But if things continue like this, this is going to be a quick day at the office here for the Renegades, I think.
Yeah, like Vitality look like they've got like full carnivorous teeth. I'm talking canines. I'm talking sharp, pointy, scary, loud bark.
This is like my grandma's dentures right now.
Yeah, or like, you know, like a goat teeth. They're just like squares. They don't do anything. They just...
What are the whales? They just have like, it's more like a comb and the frill just comes.
Yeah, maybe more of a comb, yeah.
Oh dear. Well, back to the Deagles.
He's got this, I reckon. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. Kyojin's really bullying these poor boys. That's another one for him.
Where's any elements of trading or team play or?
You had I was about to say 5 minutes. Let me stop exaggerating. About 20 minutes ago, you were saying you believed there was a chance.
Yes, but with new information, Alex, I'm allowed to change my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, it's crazy how quickly, you know, Renegades have lost the belief of the analysts.
Yeah, that was, I actually thought, right, I've been hearing some good things.
Yeah.
It tells you that Prague is...
domestically, they're on like a win streak. They've been doing very well over in the Oceanic region. But unfortunately, and you know better than anyone else, when you're only practicing against your domestic rivals, you know, there's only so much you're going to learn from a 25-5 scrim.
Yeah, and the thing is, one of the signs which, look, we're going to have to watch them play a best of 3.
Yeah.
But one of the signs that kind of takes a little bit more air out of the room is they're quite easily the best team in Australia, and only recently Order, which I think we would say is the second best team in Australia, has been starting to push them more. So that tells you how shallow
And I'm not making it up, right? Aside from their trip to Malta for the Pro League,
Yeah.
these boys haven't had like European competition regularly.
No, that just hasn't been possible.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
We've had, because of the stringent lockdown in Oz, borders are closed, stay on out.
Right.
There hasn't been, it's super easy to travel. So getting them out of the country has been a mission within itself.
So this is just a completely different brand of Counter-Strike. It's like they're walking through the supermarket in Japan. They don't know a single product. They don't know what they're looking for.
This is like back in the day when I'd go to the early majors and you'd come in and you would have something like you would veto down, but it was out of 3 maps, and then it would randomize the last map in a best of 1, and then the other team would get to pick the side, right? And you were the underdog who never gets a chance to play, and you just get owned. This time around, Renegades get an even chance in the veto. They won the knife. They got to pick on this CT side. And it's 9-0, so very, very deflating. Maybe we have to take a little bit of a look in on those B and C streams.
They're 100% win rate on Overpass, though.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's about to be broken. This is huge for Vitality. ZywOo's just taking a lot of damage, and misutaaa's copped a nade as well. Apex a little bit chipped on up, and Shox is just going to have a look here. Why not? Keep it loosey-goosey.
Ooh, that's a big find. Shox actually has gone down to ZywOo, blown up the door, enables him to hold short. And I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch here for Renegades. They've previously found 2 opening frags and had it taken away by a cheeky Frenchman, aliStair, watching misutaaa slither as he descends. Double in that connector. They are digging their heels in here. Apex well aware and positioned in a very tight line to punish. Ins is tight. Apex is ready. 5 versus 3 becomes 4 versus 3, and it could get worse. Ooh, timing's good. Favors the chance onto Malta. Needed that head and has found it. Just 2 remain. It's ZywOo and Kyojin. They do have names like anime protagonists. Let's see if they can fight like anime protagonists. It's just the 2. No smoke. Ooh, 1 provided. Molly on the bin, and they want the plant. A slight gap for Malta. Should be their first round. Kyojin thrust into an impossible clutch. Full health. And the first frag. Didn't cost him too much either. Another head spotted. He's got a good idea as to where the majority of them are. And still 25 seconds to work his magic. Another head. Not this time. Hat delivers, and Renegades break their silence.
And they pick up double AWPs there as well. If Kyojin got another kill, that's the magic number we talk about during the cast, getting 3, and that would have done absolutely deadly things to Renegades' financial situation going forward. In still getting caught off there. That almost opened the door. That Apex kill was almost enough. This is very curious to see an AWP push aggressively like this on aliStair, but they found what they were after, and they backed on out. Essential kill here from Malta. This one here takes down ZywOo. And I think that when ZywOo's out of the picture and Kyojin's left in the clutch situation, we haven't seen him on land, so it would have been a tall task in itself. But they've broken the levy. Let's see how many more Renegades can leave this first half with. Double AWPs. Oh, Shox spots the dome there. It's the MP9 for Ins. Main lands a little bit of tickle damage, and oh, Vitality are just as a pack rolling through this connector position, clearing out the corners. misutaaa leading the charge. Apex keeping things busy over towards Fountain. There's nobody up close and personal. Until then, aliStair with the AWP strikes. misutaaa's down, so this is looking good.
Not to see that flash. Vitality just pack rolling, and this is something that we credited them for, you know, getting away with online. Can be interesting to see how much it deviates when they get to these testing and trying LAN games, but it's a strategy and it's a style that seems to really fit the individuals in the Vitality jersey. ZywOo, double AWP, don't forget. So this is posted up on long. aliStair's already drawn Blood Toilet side with his. Oh, pot shot, nice. Just a little bit of tracer fire from Shox, and that's all he needs. Takes down another. ZywOo looking to line up a smoke Kyojin to support him. Begins, that's a big find with the MP9. Renegades just bringing the fight to them. 1 by 1 they fall. Spotted on long.
Pressure on aliStair here.
And aliStair tucked in, close quarter AWPing. He needs to survive. He's being hunted down. And Kyojin can't find it. Lovely stuff. The AWPs connect. That's the double AWP. ZywOo and aliStair doing the lion's share of the work. But 2 in a row, they might be able to start reaching into some of the Vitality bank and making a 3rd or 4th less troublesome.
Yeah, one of the problems is because there is a decent chunk of money left over for Vitality, as this tail end of the half comes in, if they lose like a couple more rounds in a row, they'll be in max loss bonus territory, and then they'll be all good for buys towards the tail end, especially if we get a couple of plants here, there, and everywhere. But that's great from aliStair. That is huge stuff right there. Really, really good stuff. He's the newest addition to this team, right? When Dexter went out, aliStair came in. It's big shoes to fill. And obviously some changes in how the team is structured. Taking a little bit of a look, you can see on the right side of your screen here, the buy will be coming back in. ZywOo on that AWP. I forgot we even had this because we didn't use it because we didn't have player shots on LAN.
That's true.
We've got the...
That's a LAN exclusive.
Yeah, you're getting that one back in your eyes, ladies and gents. And this is it from aliStair. Just walks on in, easy as you like. The shot through the smoke, brilliant
There was
stuff.
a flash. There was a flash. I'm lying. Apex actually got a flash assist onto him, so perhaps just didn't catch that AWP line. But aliStair, 3 and then even a 4th as well. So a lot of impact from that AWP. That's going to be a confidence booster for him. Yeah, there you go. So his first reaction was a little tame. The second, now he starts to believe. Let's see if he can convince anyone else.
Oh, just shy there, doing a nuclear amount of damage.
Oh, yikes from me.
It's been flubbed. There's a smoke there anyway.
I know, but it still doesn't boost me with confidence, you know? I'm not overwhelmed with excitement after seeing it. Let's see what's...
the tightrope, huh?
Looks like they want to boost and... For info, no one's ready to contest on toilets. It's more passive hold from them. ZywOo posted up toilet side. He has the support of Ins as well.
aliStair's position is great here over towards Sandbag, so if the door gets swung open, he might be able to get a bit of a freebie. Oh, so much pressure on ZywOo here. They're coming.
Good, punish this. Good timing from him, and ZywOo does connect. It's nearly a second. Shox, however, popping off. Malta returns with a double of his own. Man advantage, they're closing on the side. Apex, that's a quick headshot. And it's opened up the chance in the avenue for a plant. He'll use the smoke as well. Unpredictable, won't find it through the smoke. Now the retake. It's an odd plant. Where do they want to hold it from?
Well, they're getting aggressive towards Bank. They're both going to fight.
Oh, chances. aliStair swung on, baited by Apex. misutaaa throws the blow. Pushing on the flash, looking like a good chance, but it's Apex that puts them back down in the dumps. 10 for Vitality, 2 for the Renegades. And that CT side short-lived in their success.
We've been talking about ZywOo and misutaaa getting the job done. Apex, the in-game leader, up to 13 kills for him. Now, sure, the scoreline is 10-2, but that's really good signs, right? To see Apex stepping up in a big way. Kyojin was sitting on no frags for some time there. He now has 9, so things are looking very, very good. And even when Renegades put up a bit of fight like this, could not convert the necessary kills. All right, well, they force fought. So this really is the tail end of the half right here. They lose this one, and things are going to simmer away very, very quickly. Looks like back towards B straight away. No hesitation from Vitality here. All 5 members set up in towards the backyard. Oh, they're just going to walk in.
That's playing with his deagle. Now he's got to try and find some... Oh no, not at this moment. He's dropped his smoke. The flashes are in, and he just needs body shots. Look at the damage. I think 3 shots connected onto 3 different players. The nade dunks on misutaaa. They are absolutely broken. Look at their health. They have to retreat. Waving a small white flag just for now. 20 points of health between Shox and ZywOo. It's not going to be fun, and Apex is going to have to step up to the plate. He did just previously. They're going to pause. Maybe it'll be Apex that goes for a walk. It actually looks like Shox has been dispatched for a stroll towards the other side of the map.
We're talking 20 HP for ZywOo and Shox here, so it's just about
cool.
The actual numbers.
Right, but so these guys are going to pause, right? Completely cut noise. Shox is going to go as far as he can. Ins goes looking.
Real problems now. Real problems. This mid-round, that kill is everything.
Imagine if he doesn't check long.
The HP doesn't even matter anymore. Oh, he slipped the net. Shox has slipped the net.
Doesn't even look. He does. Oh, okay. Spots his thigh, takes him down. Big relief for Renegades is now focusing their attention on the right place. Malta.
They're creeping through.
They're both through. They're both through. Still ZywOo falls. Apex can't do anything. It's Malta with a triple. Renegades at least posting some resistance there. Got a bit sketchy towards the end. Vitality making something out of nothing.
Yeah, and you're right. With that pause, they were even gifted a kill there. In's getting, inquisitive. Curiosity killed the cat and all that. But that's 3, so the best they can muster here will be 5. And this is Hat swinging on in. You can see that damage. He has no idea that he did so much damage to the smoke right there. Oh, that's perfect work right there. So, look, they're still a little bit strapped for cash. You can see aliStair, no utility going into a round like this. And Vitality, they can keep the pressure on. Back over towards B. This could have some more pace behind it.
Renegades would take 5. Any day of the week.
aliStair's rotating over immediately back towards this B bomb site, so job done from Vitality, at least drawing out the rotation, and now they're going to continue a bit of a default crawl. They were denied the B access that they were looking for. Now they're searching out over towards A, and the problems for them are they have to worry about clearing out all these corners, but Renegades haven't been aggressive towards long, they haven't been aggressive towards bathrooms or party. It's only really been connector. So just by clearing out now, like they've done over towards playground and fountain, they know that there's no super early info for Renegades to be holding onto here, and that's keeping aliStair moving around. He's now rotating back towards A. This is falling back and forth for Renegades, and that's the big problem because the B hit is still coming.
Yeah. ZywOo just getting not only the info, but dropping the util to keep those CTs in swing. misutaaa, bomb on his back and walking straight in off the flash. No resistance. Hats is found. He does manage to take one down. Bomb loose. And a 1-for-1 so far. Still 4 hearts beating for either side. Good damage through there. No one down. Malta for more resistance. This silenced M4. It's worked for him wonderfully in the past. aliStair Zorp connecting onto 1. Apex has gone so far through. This could be a weird flank. Malta onto 1. They have no idea of Apex. Sicko's caught him. And it does look like the Renegades have done enough for a 4th. ZywOo to change my mind. No. It's not going to happen. No issues here. He's hit for 30 and shot in the booty. Needed that. Renegades take 4. Apex, though, there was a world where he starts ruining everyone's day.
Yeah, the fact that he got so far up there was awkward, right? They're not sure they were aware behind those smokes how many players were lying. It may have even thought to them a bit of a retake set up here. If Apex gets through and denies Sicko, that round completely shifts ZywOo under the pump. This is the frag here from Sicko, so let's catch this. Oh, quick reactions there from Sicko. You can see not ready for that type of maneuver. In the final round here of the half, Vitality's money has been broken. We've got an AK, a Galil, Tech9, Deagle, and a Scout in the mix. Looking like Force Fight territory indeed.
Apex and his Scouts. Why is he so in love with it?
Extra movement.
Oh. Imagine if he actually just proved us exactly why he likes it, but no. Up against the open aggressive one from aliStair. misutaaa, he's probably the most well-equipped. That's the only AK-47. He's going to have to be careful, catching a little nade. Sicko warded off by that Deagle. Inz is actually in a position to support, so there shouldn't be too much of a threat from Party. I say that, I think Shox may have even got the info on his jiggles. So, final round of this first half.
Oh, this is dicey for aliStair here. Or it's Sicko even.
Oh, he's so blind. What are you supposed to do? Does the dance, goes down, and now there's an AWP in play as well. That'll be retrieved. Inz could perhaps contest this. misutaaa, great find and a quick react from Inz. If he can just play the numbers game now, they have surely done enough. 4 versus 3.
They're noisy about this boost here as well.
It just seems like they're flustered.
Nothing's clean, is it? ZywOo's dropping.
1-for-1. Swinging out together. Inz does go down, but aliStair quick on the trigger. Gyojin just crawled straight through that smoke. Oh, he's in the blind spot and even hit a headshot. Where did that come from? ZywOo's Galil, I believe. Finishes off the job. So ZywOo thrust into a 1 versus 3. Looking to break the hearts of an entire region. You wouldn't hold it, would you? Nope, just trying to draw those fights. And actually, the first is found. There it is, 10-5, Renegades. They recover. It's competitive. And the second half, well, remains to be seen. Will Vitality be able to close it out clean? First opening game of IEM Cologne. Lower bracket condemnation due for one of the two. Now, my French isn't very good, but I think they said nice. Good job.
They were happy. I think that's happiness.
Yeah, definitely. And we're into Overpass. It's our second half, ladies and gentlemen. First round for both of these squads. Renegades all the way from Australia. They have been locked into domestic rivalries and games against everyone within that Australian scene, but there's a very different kettle of fish now in the server. They're up against Team Vitality. There isn't a ZywOo in Australia. They don't exist. And now he's very well in the flesh on the other side of the arena for this head-to-head. They managed to claw 5 back, Chad.
Yeah, and look, I think it was 9-0. It was doom and gloom. I was like, all right, well, let's talk about the best of 3, shall we? But now, let me spin you a new one. Renegades come in here, they grab this pistol round, they convert, and the scoreline could be looking very much like a 10-8. And now we're back on. So things... Well, the cliche, as it goes, this is a very important pistol round, one might imagine.
Oh, yeah. We're allowed to get back to the cliches now. I think we're allowed to go full circle. It's been a while since we got to throw them out. I do want to draw attention to Inns and Sicko, more so Inns, just because I believe he's a component that typically is a lot of the firepower.
What about Navera, though?
Navera. Oh, rest in peace. The 6-man operation was short-lived, but exciting.
Oh, dear. We'll get that one fixed up. There's a wireless mouse for you, Alex. Who do you reckon that is?
Another one.
aliStair.
Everyone's joined the gang.
All right. Yeah, look, Inns needs to come alive. I think as the in-game leader of this team now, he was a star player before. Now he's doing a lot more duties. It's not easy. I thought Mole, to the man on your screen right now, would have been the gentleman to take it over, plays a bit more of anchor supportive roles.
I'm not making it up when I think he tried, didn't he?
I think they
like
definitely...
when they were doing their Pro League run.
They gave us the we're not going to tell you who the in-game leader is, and I just think they didn't know who the in-game leader was going to be at the time. So that was fun. But they didn't learn from me by any means. So, look, I think it's one of these situations where...
But, Chad, you've just told me they don't really know who the in-game leader is. They're secondary AWPers, primary AWPing. Like, this doesn't sound like a recipe for success already.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But they're the best team in Australia.
Yeah.
What is going on, Dan?
It's a mystery. Look, you like you said, there's no ZywOo in Australia, right? We got a lot of mythical creatures down there, but we don't have anybody that is an animal like that.
Huntsman spider, the one that makes a little like trap and jumps out.
Oh, what's that one called? They got that in a funnel web spider.
Yeah, that's spooky. And the one that uses its butt like a door, like it burrows down and its butt kind of like covers.
I don't know. I stay away from them. I stay away from all those things, and I would try and stay away from ZywOo as well because he is an absolute monster here.
Now we do look like we're just getting ready for our second half. Why don't we take a quick dip into those B and C streams? You can see Sprout, one of the qualifiers through the German Meisterschaft, and you can see Big Clan as well, 14-6 up as well. So okay, a bit of a domestic rivalry for some of these.
Big normally have a difficult time with Sprout, so it's good to see that they're just cleaning house here, and there's been a lot of conversation about Big, obviously, the Germans on the line, but looking really easy for them. Just
oh, bro, I just completely forgot. Xantares is on LAN. Like,
oh yeah,
you
21 frags for him, 21 for Tabson as well. That's looking crispy.
That's something very exciting. If Xantares can hit Xantares LAN form, we may have a very different Big Clan to get excited about. Like Tabson, when they were talking about it in that footage we saw earlier in the show, I think it was Tizian just saying that Tabson is their LAN player. But if Tabson's doing what he does on LAN and Xantares keeps the performance like that, we could have a real contest from Big Clan here in the play-ins.
This is just another technical issue, ladies and gentlemen. We aren't intentionally not starting the game. And as I say that, the game starts. So here we go. Underway. Pistol round, second half. Renegades must win if they want to have any shot here in this best of one. T-side, things are only going to get more difficult now. This CT side wall can be put up from Vitality. Let's see what the French have got to offer. Apex, of course, into that utility. Smoke double flash for him. The rest are looking into Kevlar with their USPs, but plenty of nades over there for Renegades. Having a little bit of a look here. We've got Smoke, 4 flashes and a molly. And the 1x bet odds definitely favouring Vitality here. This is looking very much like our first game, NIP versus LDLC, as far as that is accounted for.
So, bread and butter pistol here. I was going looking short, which could certainly spoil the party. Hello, aliStair. Bomb spotted every info they could possibly have found. And here comes the commitment. Blocks versus USPs, and already it's a lot of blue on brown in the feed. Another body drop. ZywOo 2 on the USP, and it's a third as well. ZywOo just decides he wants to end it right here, right now. 17 frags for him. Sicko, bottom of the scoreboard, and now just the only one with his heart still beating, as he's about to get run down by some rather vicious Frenchmen.
Wow, mincemeat right there. So 11-5. This one is going to cool on out here for a couple of rounds. Now, the response is very interesting from Renegades. Will it be the force buy, or do they want to take a bit of an eco here and get the guns out in the next? Because they're not going to have too many opportunities. Look at that. Just quickly clipping off a couple of
I reckon he might have got both of them if misutaaa hadn't stolen that away. His crosshair was on both heads in quick succession. Damn. 3 from him, and it's nice to see them all smiling. I'm sure this is just, like, these opening games are going to be crucial to build morale and to build the foundations for the run at LAN.
That round was 3 for ZywOo and 2 for misutaaa, right?
Yes.
The first half pistol was 3 for misutaaa and 2 for ZywOo. So ZywOo and misutaaa combined have won both pistol rounds.
Imagine if that's the deadly duo that keeps delivering here in Cologne.
Oh dearie me, it is going to be the Force Spy. So aliStair's held on to some extra cash to get an AWP out for that first gun round, which would be 2 rounds away from now, assuming this one falls flat on its face. The rest in with some deagles and light util. Now, they needed to take up a lot of ground here, and Apex is already cheating his way back over towards this A site. Shox is in an aggressive position towards the top bathrooms. ZywOo to help oversee things. There's a warning shot, so they know what they're dealing with now. The scout has been called in play. This flash is going to set Shox up. Here it comes.
Got so much info. He's even ready for Malta's flank. Oh, the turn, and still going to try and find some damage. Bit shy of the mark. ZywOo far from that. Does find a response. Malta caught out. Nade looks very good. ZywOo, watch yourself, son. Down to 2.
Very good for Vitality here. They're set up. That smoke's going to delay this. We've got 30 seconds left on the clock right now, so... Oh, he's going to catch the leg. Apex too easy.
Swings into another. Finishes off the job onto ZywOo. ZywOo's M4 is just the perfect weapon for this range. He does break 20 in his first game back on LAN. 500 bloody days we waited. And now ZywOo starting as strong as you would imagine.
Well, now it's going to be Renegades in that situation with another full eco, Alex. So, yeah, look, we're just getting through the business rounds now, right? We need to wait to get to this gun round in what will be round number 19 to see if there's any fight left. Flashboard in. There's, what do we got? A deagle. Make at 2. It's not a lot for Renegades to work with here. Aggressive Molotov lands. It's going to hold them at bay. They can't risk running through that. And if they hang around, ZywOo's nade is going to do a whole lot of damage. Not to be the case. Aggressive play with the SMGs. Here they come.
Malta with a Glock. Oh, and it's going to be an SMG fiesta. Everyone's going to get their kill reward. 4 for misutaaa as well. He's like, I think he's just trying to chase ZywOo, having a competition within the game just to see who can find that frag total.
Yeah, it's good as well for Kyojin. I know he only has 11 kills right now, but that's good. You know, it's not like he's slacking or anything like that. So his first game, this is going to be great for his confidence. He can hang with the team, he can get it done. This is a really good game for the favorites. When we would look at these, you know, back in the day, it'd be like, yeah, this is a nice confidence-building one, just to get any of the issues out.
But I mean, also just putting myself into the shoes of Kyojin, even misutaaa, I think I'd throw into the same category of like, holy moly, like now you're at LAN with them, you know? You're walking to them, that's a big find.
Just thrown molly there, that facilitated the pick.
Hang on. That boost as well got rumbled by the nade. misutaaa and Apex have swallowed 50 damage a pop. A big test for them.
That's such a huge find to take down ZywOo. Oh dear.
Oh, what a horrible pop flash. Hats had no chance to react. Good response. Finishing off the job of the nades started. In through the boards, takes down Apex.
Shox is pushing long right now. He could spoil the party right here. If he continues to push, he might catch aliStair and ZywOo in the back. The bomb is still down towards T-spawn. There's no decision or indication where Renegades want to finish. And I think Shox is in a position to ruin everything. They're basically giving up the A bomb site. So Shox can play spoiler late round as part of the retake. He can flank them quickly if they do go towards B. And now he's starting to look for a bit more info.
Mouth is moving.
Malta's getting the bomb. Is he going back towards B or is he going A? Because he'll have to get past Shox. Oh, shots fired.
Where he is now. Oh, Ins with a huge double. That's the site open. That's the round. They'll surely take the bomb back. Yeah, Malta pivots immediately. And Shox, that flank, looking to play spoiler, now just going to have to do it all on his own.
Bomb has been planted.
Oh, you know what this means. Bit of a save situation. They know where he is. He knows where they are. Gonna have the standoff indeed. And well, if he could take any guns away, that's the positives. But Renegade should play this super safe.
Oh, a glimpse there.
I am curious. Ooh. Okay. I am curious to see how much saving we do get on LAN, because when we think about some of the things that we've seen online, the game has been refined to such a point that it's no longer just Astralis playing the percentages, right? Gambit have taken that to a whole nother level, right? Yeah. Saving in situations that you would never think a team would be saving. This is the opening pick. This is huge. And this is through misthrown Molotovs, right? You can see there, aliStair standing behind that with no dramas. So yeah, getting back to the slow play, right? Will the CIS teams be able to keep it slow with the pressure of being in a LAN environment? And how much saving will we see? Those are two things that I really want to be keeping an eye on here. So we get back underway. Another round of play. And the guns are out. ZywOo into the big green. Rest into the M4s. One kit on misutaaa. So they have everything they need. Apex is about to get pushy here.
Take a 1-for-1. Yojin up on jail. Powerful position. Often see an AUG though. It can be difficult to control with that M4 long range. He's got his zoomy glasses on though.
Looks like he's taking a couple of RPK's special spots, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I imagine there's quite a few RPK demos he's had to trawl through. Now the bomb's loose. Standard setup so far. The default just housing Apex's aggression so far. That's his chance, and that's his frag. Need that trade. Malta
wow.
Nearly going down. Kyojin's so aware. He switched on, that's for sure. And now a real dire straight for the boys of Renegades. If Sicko can't find Shoxy here. Oh, the shadow advantage. He knows he's coming, and he controls the spray in just the right way. 19 HP, doesn't finish off the job. aliStair is the only healthy member of this two-man unit now. He's got such an absence of information. If Shox tries to time him, he's actually just burrowed into the smoke.
Can't rescope now.
Nope. Shox around, straight behind aliStair. And if he does go, I mean, all the way around the world, that's going to be a real sour tone. Oh, he is. There's no way Malta's expecting this unless he hears him.
Not getting to the site.
He hears him. Nice, that's the headshot. Malta takes it, and now the site is theirs. ZywOo to rotate, misutaaa on the flank through toilets.
Planning safe.
Bank side, that should enable the plant completely. A big round for Renegades if they can just convert. Malta just caught in transition, looked a little lost. aliStair to come up clutch, one on either side. Eye pressed to the scope, he can start his walk hunting now as ZywOo advances back towards the stairs. If there's a timing on this, aliStair could catch him. Oh, just a little too late. Problem now, target to find, it was misutaaa who falls, or shuts him down rather, 14 for Vitality. And Renegades, another chance, just falls by the wayside.
Yeah, this one's simmering out in a big way here. Money is starting to become a problem over there for Renegades. This was great. The dink on the second player, or maybe just the damage done as opposed to the dink, was great. Shadow really helped Shox out here. I think Sicko was expecting Shox to be more flustered in that moment. It was great from Malta to be able to steady. With only 15 seconds left, that's a hugely important frag. But this was it. Coming on in, Malta's too low. Easy for misutaaa to finish that one off. If aliStair gets the kill on towards ZywOo there, the 1v1's very playable, but missing the shot, giving up a chance. And
it was that 1 second hesitation. They didn't continue down that angle. It's crazy. This smallest margins at times, it really is. 14 though for Vitality, just looking to finish off the job, keep themselves in that upper bracket, and then there'd just be one best of 3 away from a spot at the main event.
So it looks like the buy is back out for Renegades here without too many qualms. You know, utility on hats is a little bit light. You can see it's just a smoke and the HE, no Molotov or flash. Sicko missing a nade there as well. But they have the big green, so they need to make it work. Kyojin's down to an MP9. This is a good opportunity here to kind of keep this economy of Vitalities honest, and you can't really drop any more rounds at this point with the scoreline up to 14-6. But here we go.
Oh, who's short? They're coming as well. They're not going to be ready for this. An old school throwback, but it still hurts just as much. The nade is on his way as well.
Perfect.
There's a potential trade. Look, they're not ready for that. Sicko! Oh, it's fallen flat on his face again. Shocks on a recovery mission. And aliStair, all the sound cues in the world, but he's got to go close quarters toe-to-toe with Shoxy. Not fun. More teammates dying now. All right, aliStair. Give me something. Oh, the no-scope's just off the mark.
He's very ready. Malta's not long for this world. misutaaa will finish him off, and there you have it. 15 rounds for Vitality now. misutaaa up to 22. ZywOo on 20. It's quite nice to have Apex there on 17. Everything going very well for Vitality here.
I think misutaaa is my most pleasant surprise of this last year.
Yeah.
Like, I did not have an expectation of him, I'll be honest. Like, I thought this was a Vitality misplay at times, especially during his debut, especially during the early fledgling, like 4 months, 5 months.
0 and something, 0 and 16 or 18 or something on Dust 2 against Spirit in one of the... We casted that game and it was like, oh, this is going to look rough. But he has really evolved. And
but also, don't forget how clear Vitality made it that this kid had a lot to learn.
Yeah.
And, well, he had a whole year to learn. It's been great to see him forming into the true player people saw the potential in, you know, the rough diamond they've managed to chisel away at.
This is a B hit. This is an all-in.
Here we go. ZywOo's closest in on the site, has no issue with the first. Hat's forced to watch as his team look to extend play here on Overpass.
They had to go. They have no utility left. That was it.
That was it.
That was it. Now what? Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. This is done.
Shox has got a real quickie onto aliStair, loudly stampeding to return some map control. And Sika, you can see that smile of almost disdain as he realizes he's about 1 minute 59 seconds away from their best of one, sending them straight to the lower bracket.
Yeah, this one is done. There's no way back into this. Absolutely none. With 3 players alive. Got the low HP of Ins here. It's really not going to go well whatsoever. The last bits of utility being lobbed on out now. And they would need a miracle here. Malta's gone down, just 2 to find. Ins is that low HP member.
Vitality versus Spirit today.
Okay, that's not bad. Oh, Shox has spotted that.
Could be very interesting.
Sicko's down. 1 man to find. It is just Ins. UMP and 4 HP.
And down he goes. Vitality 16, Renegades just 6. And now they are locked down to the lower bracket. They'll be playing MIBR for survival. One of those two will be going home, but Vitality, business as usual, mission accomplished. We'll be seeing how they shape up versus Team Spirit a little later on in the day.